Today, I want to give you a quick pre-market update on Mullen, go over some of the things that has recently come out, what the data points are saying and everything else. Before I start, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. And also remember that this is not a financial advice video. Now let's start. So pre-market, it is down 1.5%. Surprising though, it did actually reach almost $0.23 pre-market. So it definitely has a lot of good momentum behind the scenes. It looks like the market, or at least the volume, did start to pick up. So starting to pull back down, maybe unfortunately, some shorts or whatever it might be waking up. So I'll give you guys a quick overview of what shorts are doing. Pre-market short score is currently 82. Utilization is 89.74%. 18.69% of the free float is being shorted still on the threshold list. So I think today is the 28th day, whatever it is, 35.54 million shares overall being shorted. And so far pre-market shorts are increasing 438.25k shares. So once again, like an even similar to yesterday, shorts increased 4 or almost 5 million shares because they are very much doubtful of that rally, because there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Even though David seems to be so far changing, communicating with a lot of individuals, still it comes down to people very much concerned about dilution, as even what Ryan did say here. So obviously David is busy diluting. Obviously that's what the biggest concern is, unfortunately. And when it came down to the news that came out yesterday, this did allude to several different things, one of which is that they're cutting down debt, the other one being that they potentially are not going to be diluting. Obviously this was very much gray. Didn't actually exactly state that, but Slap the Ass did speak to David himself, obviously via text. So it is written. And he did indicate that there is going to be no dilution until the end of 2023. So once again, I think that's actually a very, very good thing. The fact that David is saying that there is no dilution. Obviously, if you guys want proof or confirmation, you can always reach out to Slap the Ass on Twitter, just for obviously his proof in writing or whatever it needs to be done. But still in the end, I think that is maybe a temporary fix because I think a lot of that is very much dependent on production going right. But of course, that's just my own interpretation. There was this as well, posted on Twitter by Post Hawk. And in reality, a lot of people want to know what the outstanding shares are currently, especially considering, based on his PR that did come out. He indicated that there is 135 million in cash, which of course, as of right now, Randy Marion has not started to pay any of the M1s that have been delivered and so forth. And I think in reality the only way Mullen has been generating any money was purely from dilution, obviously the preferred D class. So when it comes down to it, a lot of people want to know what the current outstanding share count is, and based on obviously using 135 million as a little bit more of a benchmark, it does look like Post Hawk does put it around 355 million that's post-split for the outstanding shares, which would be 8.87 billion pre-split. So once again, if you guys are looking for that update, or if you guys are concerned or whatever it might be, just make sure you guys do your own due diligence. At the time of doing this video, there is no press releases, no SEC filings, so it'll be very interesting to see how the market does react because big old Tesla. Even though yesterday Mullen was very much inverse to the broader market, today Tesla is taking a little bit more of a downtrend. So I think it's down 3.5%. And usually whatever happens to Tesla does trickle down to a lot of the other EVs and maybe including Mullen. But like I said over the last little bit, Mullen has just been completely inverse to the broader market. And today the markets are a little bit red, at least pre-market. So that might be a good thing for Mullen. Once again, just throwing that out there as an inverse. But still looking right here, stochastic is at 4. So despite that bounce that did happen yesterday, so up 25%. Still stochastic is showing that Mullen is massively oversold. So if there is a good piece of news that does come out, and it's very much substantial, or maybe even David himself does truly say, not indirectly through this, but just says we are done with dilution until 2023. Or maybe even longer ideally, then that should be sufficient for a very good bounce. Because like I said, I think a lot of value investors are waiting on the sidelines and looking at Mullen and waiting until there is true confirmation of production. So they're going to see physical vehicles through video, pictures, or whatever it is, rolling off the lot. And I think in general that would be a massive catalyst, and probably as well a lot of hedge funds and institutions are waiting on that exact same thing. Guys, that's all I have for you today. What is your opinion about Mullen stock? Get involved and let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.